When you hear that something powerful is approaching on 22 November, it is not meant to frighten you. It is meant to wake you. A shift is not loud. It is not dramatic from the outside. It begins inside you quietly, like a breath you suddenly notice after ignoring it for years. The days before 22 November carry a certain intensity, a pressure that touches the parts of your life you have avoided, postponed, or ignored. This moment is not random. It is not an accident that you are hearing it now. It means life is preparing you for movement, for change, for a direction that demands more awareness than you have used before. As 22 November approaches, your senses sharpen. You begin to perceive the things you normally walk past, the way you react to people, the way you speak to yourself, the way you choose silence or noise. All of this becomes clearer. This is the shift, not energy from the sky, but energy rising from within. You start to feel your own life asking for more responsibility, more clarity, more honesty. Those who do not pay attention feel stressed in this period. Those who pay attention feel guided. The difference is awareness. When a moment like 22 November is approaching, life tests your readiness. It brings you small signs, small disturbances, small openings. Most of the time, people look for one big sign. They wait for a miracle to shake them. But the miracle is already happening in the subtle changes inside you. When something big is about to arrive, the preparation is always internal. You feel a discomfort that pushes you to move, or you feel a calmness that invites you to trust. These are the messages. If you ignore them, the shift still comes, but you meet it unprepared. If you acknowledge them, you align with it. The period before 22 November is like a threshold. You cannot carry old weight into a new phase. This is why these days feel intense. Thoughts rise that you didn't expect. Old memories return without warning. Emotions that were buried appear on the surface. This is not a punishment. This is purification. Nothing new can enter a life that is full of old patterns. So the shift brings everything forward so you can see it. Not to judge it, but to understand it. Understanding creates freedom. The powerful part of this moment is that when you become aware of what is inside you, you also become aware of what has been limiting you. Every limitation becomes visible before 22 November. You notice how you waste your energy. You notice how you block your own progress. You notice how you create chaos in your mind. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. That clarity is the beginning of transformation. Life does not change when the date arrives. Life changes when you decide to respond differently to what you see. The shift leading to 22 November is a reminder that growth is not something you wait for. It is something you activate. The energy of this moment amplifies whatever you choose. If you choose fear, it becomes louder. If you choose clarity, it becomes stronger. If you choose discipline, it becomes easier. This is why many people feel they are at a crossroads before 22 November. The path they take will be influenced by what they focus on. And focus is a skill. It must be trained. This is the time to simplify your mind. Observe your thoughts without becoming them. Let go of unnecessary noise. Become aware of the breath. Become aware of your posture. Become aware of the words you speak. These small actions strengthen the inner self, and when the inner self is strong, any shift becomes an opportunity instead of a challenge. 22 November carries the type of energy that mirrors your internal state. If you are lost, it reveals your confusion. If you are alert, it reveals your potential. The reason this moment feels powerful is because it pulls you into the present. It forces you to see how much of your life is lived on autopilot. When you become present, you begin to make conscious choices instead of habitual ones. This is where the big change begins, not in the date, but in the awareness the date awakens. When you allow this awareness to guide you, you move through life with more precision. You stop wasting energy on things that weaken you. You stop giving attention to things that steal your peace. You begin to value your time, your breath, your purpose. As 22 November draws near, understand this. The shift is already happening, not outside you, but within you. Pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention to the subtle movements within your mind and body. They are preparing you for a new direction, a new stage, a new version of yourself. When a powerful moment comes, it does not ask who you are. It asks who you are becoming. And the days before 22 November are guiding you to answer that question through action, awareness, and presence. This is not the time to run from yourself. It is the time to meet yourself with honesty, strength, and calmness. Something big is coming, but it only arrives for those who are awake enough to receive it. When a moment like 22 November approaches, life begins to show you the parts of yourself you normally avoid. It is not a punishment, it is a revelation. Before something new can enter your life, everything that blocks it must rise to the surface. This is why, as 22 November comes closer, your emotions may feel heavier, your thoughts may feel louder, and situations around you may become more intense. Life is not trying to overwhelm you. Life is trying to reveal you to yourself. Patterns that you thought you had outgrown begin to reappear. Old fears you believed were gone suddenly whisper again. Habits you thought were defeated try to return. This is not a step backward. This is the natural process of transformation. When you stand at the edge of change, the old self makes one last attempt to hold on. It appears through doubt, hesitation, and emotional storms. These moments are not the enemy. They are your teachers. The days leading to 22 November are like a spotlight. Everything hidden becomes visible. You may notice reactions in yourself that surprise you. You may feel frustrations that seem out of place. You may sense a tiredness that is deeper than physical. All of this is part of the shift. You are seeing your own unfinished work. You are realizing what still controls you. And realization is the first form of freedom. When these inner patterns rise, the mistake most people make is to fight them or escape them. But escaping only buries them deeper. The correct path is awareness. Observe without fear. Listen without resistance. What appears in your mind is not there to harm you. It is there to be understood. Only understanding dissolves inner obstacles. Only awareness transforms limitation into strength. As 22 November approaches, understand that every emotional wave, every sudden thought, every uncomfortable moment is a signal. It is life pointing toward the exact place where your growth is waiting. The pattern may be impatience, it may be fear, it may be self-doubt, it may be a belief that you are not capable, not ready, not deserving. These beliefs are old. They came from a weaker version of you. But 22 November does not communicate with weakness. It communicates with the part of you that is ready to grow. Many people ask for transformation but refuse to look at the reasons they stay the same. Growth is not achieved by wishing. Growth is achieved by awareness. When you face your patterns honestly, they lose their power. When you observe your fears without running, they begin to dissolve. When you understand your triggers, they stop controlling you. This is the work that rises before 22 November. It is the cleansing before the arrival. It is the clearing before the opening. Think of it like preparing a room. You cannot bring something new into a space filled with old, forgotten, broken things. First, you must remove what no longer serves you. You must make space. You must create emptiness. Only then can something meaningful enter. Your inner world follows the same law. The days before 22 November are guiding you to clean your inner space, not by force, but by awareness. You may notice certain people draining your energy. You may realize certain conversations lower your vibration. You may discover that your own thoughts are repeating stories that no longer match who you are becoming. These discoveries are not coincidences. They are part of the preparation. When life reveals a blockage, it is giving you the opportunity to let it go. Awareness is the signal. Release is the action. This process is not comfortable. Growth rarely is. But the discomfort is not a threat. It is an invitation. Every time you feel resistance rising within you, understand that it is a doorway. Step through it with courage. The days before 22 November are not ordinary days. They are a period of purification, alignment, and awakening. You are clearing internal weight so you can receive the next stage of your life with strength, not fear. As the date comes closer, pay attention to the moments when you feel triggered. Pay attention to the thoughts that repeat. Pay attention to the emotional patterns that resurface. They are not random. They are reflections of the lessons you must master. When you understand them, you rise above them. When you rise above them, you prepare yourself for what 22 November is bringing. Do not underestimate the power of this internal work. Many people try to change their life without changing their patterns. They hope for new beginnings while holding on to old behaviors. But life does not respond to hope. Life responds to responsibility. When you take responsibility for your inner world, outer change becomes natural, effortless, and undeniable. As 22 November approaches, understand that the universe is not holding anything back from you. It is waiting for you to release what you hold against yourself. Your blockages are not walls placed by life. They are walls built by the past. And the past loses its strength the moment you choose awareness. This is the purpose of this moment. Not to show you what is wrong with you, but to show you what is ready to transform. Something big is coming, but it will only enter a mind that has space for it, a heart that is open to it, and a spirit that is willing to evolve. The days before 22 November are giving you the chance to become that version of yourself. When 22 November approaches, life invites you to look at your direction with complete honesty. Not the direction you tell others you are walking in, but the one your daily actions are actually taking you toward. This moment is a checkpoint, a mirror, a pause in the flow of your life that asks you to observe yourself without excuses. The closer you move toward 22 November, the clearer this mirror becomes. It shows you where you are aligned and where you are drifting. It shows you where your intentions are strong and where your discipline is weak. This clarity is not meant to judge you. It is meant to realign you. Alignment is not a spiritual idea. It is a practical truth. If you want a different life, you must walk in a different direction. But most people desire transformation while walking in the same circle. The days leading to 22 November expose these circles. They show you the loops you repeat, the distractions you allow, the energy you waste. They reveal how much of your life is determined by habit rather than intention. And once you see this, you cannot hide from it anymore. Awareness demands action. This is why the energy before 22 November feels intense. It pulls you back toward your center. It forces you to question why you do what you do. It invites you to stop drifting. It is a moment where you must decide whether you will continue to follow the same patterns or choose a new direction that matches the person you want to become. This is not a gentle invitation. It is a firm one. Life is reminding you that real change requires real commitment. If you ignore this message, nothing inside you will shift. But if you accept it, everything begins to reorganize. The smallest choices you make each day start to gain power. the way you wake up, the way you breathe, the way you react, the way you spend your time, these become tools of transformation instead of signs of stagnation. This is how real alignment begins, not through dramatic decisions, but through consistent awareness. 22 November becomes a point of recalibration, a line between the old direction and the new one. Many people wait for inspiration before they move, but inspiration is inconsistent. Clarity is stronger. Clarity shows you where you are wasting energy. It shows you who belongs in your life and who does not. It shows you which actions build you and which actions weaken you. If you are willing to see this, the path ahead becomes obvious. If you avoid seeing it, the path becomes heavier. Realignment means choosing what strengthens your spirit and releasing what drains it. It means being honest about what you truly want and eliminating the distractions that keep you from it. Before 22 November, life gives you a window to do this work. It brings situations that force you to reflect. It brings conversations that wake you up. It brings emotions that show you where you are still carrying weight. Everything that happens in this period is designed to pull you back to your true direction. The important thing is to not react with fear. When life exposes misalignment, many people panic. They feel lost. They feel pressured. But this is not a crisis. It is a correction. You are being brought back to yourself. You are being reminded of your own potential. You are being shown that drifting is no longer acceptable. The energy of 22 November does not support confusion. It supports clarity. And clarity demands that you choose consciously. Realigning your path means seeing your life as a result of your choices, not your circumstances. It means understanding that every step you take carries weight. If you move with intention, your life becomes intentional. If you move without awareness, your life becomes accidental. As 22 November draws near, this truth becomes stronger. You begin to recognize that the future you want cannot be reached with the habits you carry today. This is a powerful realization, and it is the beginning of responsibility. When you take responsibility for your direction, you become impossible to distract, impossible to shake, impossible to manipulate. Your focus sharpens, your inner strength rises, your purpose becomes clearer. This is what the energy before 22 November is preparing you for. Not a small shift, but a decisive one. To realign your path, you must first be present. You must see where you are. You must understand how you arrived here. And then you must choose where you want to go. This choice cannot be made from emotion. It must be made from awareness. Awareness of what is meaningful, what is necessary, what is true. Anything less will keep you trapped in cycles that lead nowhere. As 22 November approaches, take this moment seriously. It is a powerful threshold. When you step through it with clarity, the world responds differently. Opportunities appear, obstacles shrink, your inner voice becomes louder than the noise around you. Your actions become cleaner, your path becomes lighter. This is the effect of alignment, and this is why this moment matters. The shift coming on 22 November will not choose your path for you. It will only amplify the direction you choose. Choose wisely, choose consciously, choose in a way that honors the person you are becoming. Something big is approaching, but it will only enter the life of someone who is walking toward it, not away from it. As 22 November approaches, the need for inner discipline becomes undeniable. When life prepares you for a powerful shift, it does not begin with the world outside you. It begins with the state of your inner world. The calmer your mind becomes, the clearer your life becomes. The stronger your discipline is, the smoother your path becomes. This moment before 22 November demands that you master yourself before you attempt to master anything else. Inner discipline is not stiffness. It is not harshness. It is the ability to remain steady while everything around you tries to pull you in different directions. It is the ability to choose your response instead of being controlled by your reactions. It is the art of staying aware when the mind wants to drift into chaos. As 22 November gets closer, this discipline becomes essential. Without it, you are easily influenced. With it, you become unshakable. You must understand that every time a major shift approaches, the mind becomes louder. Thoughts become more chaotic. Emotions become more unpredictable. This is normal. The old version of you fears being replaced. The mind tries to hold on to its comfort, even if that comfort is pain. So as 22 November draws near, you may feel restless, sensitive, or overwhelmed. Do not mistake this for weakness. This is the exact moment where inner discipline must rise. Discipline is not about force. It is about consistency. It is the decision to breathe consciously when the mind wants to panic. It is the decision to stay calm when the situation becomes messy. It is the decision to remain stable when people around you lose their clarity. This stability becomes your foundation. Without it, every small challenge shakes you. With it, even great storms cannot break your focus. Calmness is not a passive state. It is strength in its purest form. It is the ability to see clearly when others see confusion. It is the ability to act with precision when others act from fear. This is why calmness is the true companion of discipline. Before 22 November, life will test your calmness. It will bring moments where noise tries to take over your clarity. It will bring interactions that trigger old patterns. It will bring situations that challenge your patience. These are not obstacles. They are training. Life is preparing you for what is coming. Inner strength is never built in comfort. It is built through awareness. When you feel pressure rising, when emotions try to take over, this is the exact moment to practice discipline. Do not collapse. Do not escape. Observe, breathe, return to your center. This is the type of strength the approaching shift requires from you. Without it, you cannot receive what 22 November is bringing. With it, you are ready for the next stage of your life. When discipline strengthens, clarity follows. When clarity strengthens, action becomes clean. When action becomes clean, results transform. Self-growth does not happen through motivation. It happens through discipline, through showing up for yourself even when the mind resists, through choosing what is right over what is easy, through practicing presence even when distractions feel tempting. This is the path that leads to inner mastery. As 22 November comes closer, understand that life will only amplify the qualities you cultivate. If you cultivate chaos, chaos grows. If you cultivate calmness, calmness expands. If you cultivate discipline, discipline transforms your entire path. This is why you must be mindful of your mental state in these days. Do not allow negativity to root itself. Do not feed thoughts that weaken you. Do not repeat stories that limit you. Protect your focus. Protect your energy. Protect your inner peace. One of the greatest misunderstandings people have is believing that discipline limits freedom. In truth, discipline is the foundation of freedom. When you control your thoughts stop controlling you. When you control your reactions, the world stops triggering you. When you control your habits, your life stops repeating cycles. This is the freedom waiting for you as 22 November approaches. But it requires effort, it requires intention, it requires strength. Calmness is your guide, discipline is your anchor. Together they create a mind that can handle anything. Before 22 November arrives, use every moment to strengthen these qualities. When you feel distracted, return to your breath. When you feel stressed, return to awareness. When you feel emotional storms, return to your center. This is not avoidance. This is mastery. Life will not wait for you to be ready, but it will always respond to your level of preparation. If you meet 22 November with a chaotic mind, you will experience chaos. If you meet it with a disciplined mind, you will experience clarity. The date does not decide your fate. Your internal state does. This is why the days before it are so important. They shape your ability to receive, to adapt, to grow. As the energy of 22 November intensifies, let your mind become still. Let your actions become deliberate. Let your presence become strong. Something powerful is approaching, and it will not choose the loudest person. It will choose the most prepared one. A disciplined mind, a calm heart, and a focused spirit are the signs that you are ready. This is the strength life is asking from you now. This is the preparation the moment requires. And this is the foundation upon which everything new will be built. As 22 November approaches, many people hope that something powerful will suddenly appear in their lives. They wait for a sign, for a miracle, for a breakthrough that arrives without effort. But life does not respond to hope alone. It responds to readiness. It responds to preparation. Whatever is coming on 22 November will not choose you because you wish for it. It will choose you because you have created the space for it, because you have built the discipline for it, because you have aligned your inner world with the direction you want your life to move in. This is a moment that reveals a simple truth. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are prepared to handle. If you prepare for growth, growth comes. If you prepare for clarity, clarity arrives. If you prepare through awareness and responsibility, opportunities open. But if you stay passive, distracted, and unfocused, the moment passes without touching you. 22 November is not luck. It is reflection. It gives you what you are ready for, not what you merely desire. To understand this, look at your life honestly. Every transformation you have experienced did not happen by accident. It happened because something inside you shifted first. It happened because your mindset, your discipline, or your awareness reached a level where change became possible. Before 22 November, life checks your inner state. It checks your readiness. It checks whether you are still controlled by old habits or guided by new intention. This is the test that determines whether something big can enter your life. Preparation does not mean perfection. It means commitment. It means you are willing to act even when the mind resists. It means you are willing to let go of what weakens you. It means you are willing to face your fears instead of escaping them. As 22 November gets closer, these moments become more intense. Your weaknesses become louder. Your distractions become stronger. Your old patterns try to pull you back. This is not a sign to give up. It is a sign to rise. Life does not give breakthroughs to those who avoid challenges. It gives breakthroughs to those who meet challenges with awareness. When you show the universe that you are capable of holding your own power, it gives you more power. When you show that you can handle responsibility, it gives you more responsibility. When you show that you can stay centered even in chaos, it opens doors that were previously closed. This is the nature of preparation, and this is what 22 November responds to. Think of it as training. A person who wants to lift heavy weight must train their muscles. A person who wants to run far must train their lungs. A person who wants to carry new opportunities must train their mind. If you want change, but your inner world is unstable, the change cannot arrive. You are being strengthened now, in these days, before 22 November. You are being shaped, you are being refined. The pressure you feel is not punishment, it is preparation. Your readiness is measured by your consistency, not by how inspired you feel, but by how disciplined you remain. Not by your wishes, but by your actions. Not by what you promise yourself, but by what you actually do. The difference between those who receive big transformations and those who stay the same is very simple. One group prepares, the other waits. And life rewards those who prepare. The days before 22 November are giving you a choice. Either stay in old patterns or rise into new ones. Either remain a passenger in your own life or take responsibility for your journey. Either continue hoping for change or become the version of yourself who can manifest it. Everything that is coming will match your level of readiness. If you are clear, you will receive clarity. If you are lost, you will receive confusion. If you are strong, you will receive challenge that strengthens you further. Life mirrors your state. This is why awareness is essential now. Look closely at how you spend your time. Look at the thoughts you repeat. Look at the people you allow into your space. These details shape your future more than any external event. Before 22 November, clean your inner world, strengthen your focus, raise your standards. This is how you prepare. This is how you send out the signal that you are ready for what is approaching. When you do this, you shift from hoping to creating. You shift from waiting to becoming. You shift from passivity to purpose. This shift is powerful because it changes the relationship you have with your own life. You stop being a follower of circumstances and become the creator of circumstances. That is the type of person life trusts with opportunities. That is the type of person who receives big changes. And that is the type of person you are being invited to become before 22 November. When the moment arrives, it will amplify who you are. If you are prepared, you will rise. If you are unprepared, you will feel overwhelmed. That is why these days matter. That is why your discipline matters. That is why your clarity matters. Something big is coming, but it is not random. It will enter the life of the one who is ready to receive it, hold it, and grow through it.